Chapter 40-30. Good news, bad news. Which do you want first? Can I just say I hate it when someone says, I have good news and bad news. Which one do you want first? And I just said it. That's what Mama says as we're riding the bus to the East Valley Humane Society. I sigh. Good news, I guess. Jill talked with her sister on the phone this morning and it went well. Jill was very happy to hear from her and wants to go to the Hartwell Manor and live there. That is good news, I agree. But what's the bad news? The bad news is Jill's sister can't come get Jewel and baby like we were hoping. My heart drops like a too fast elevator. Why not? She's in a wheelchair, Mama explains. My heart drops 2 stories down the elevator of disappointment. I called Countrywide to see what a one-way ticket would cost for Jewel to get to Idaho. And, well, it's not too bad, she says. My heart lifts just a little. But, Mama continues, they don't allow dogs on the bus. My heart drops down, down, down. I'm getting real tired of elevators. The shelter is quiet when we get there. The dogs must be taking naps. The same lady, Tamara, looks up from her desk when we walk in. Hi, she says with a smile. What can I help you with? I swallow hard. Baby is all I manage to get out. Toto, Dylan says hopefully. Recognition lights Tamara's face. Now I remember you, she says, pointing to me. You came in last week and told me about baby and his person. Opal, was it? Ruby? Jewel, I correct her. Jewel, Knight. Opal, Ruby. I guess she just knew it was a jewel, right? She nods. I have to tell you, we've had a lot of interest in that little dog. I have a whole stack of applications people have filled out to adopt him. I feel the blood rush to my face, but you said you wouldn't put him up for adoption for 2 weeks. I know, Tamara says, and that 2 weeks will be up in 4 days. But you can't, I cry. Mama puts her hand on my shoulders and squeezes. Then she explains everything that's happened. Tamara taps her fingers on her desk. I can tell she's thinking things over by the way she puckers her mouth. So Jewel is definitely going to this place where her sister lives, and you know for sure they allow pets? Yes, ma'am, Mama says. She doesn't mention that Jewel doesn't have the money for her bus ticket, and neither does her sister. It's just that they don't allow dogs on the Countrywide bus, I say. That's not fair, Dylan says, clutching Ted the shark to his chest. Dogs are people too. Tamara laughs, but in a nice way. Then she says, I have an idea that might get us around that. She opens a folder. Let me make some phone calls while you go visit baby. After supper, I meet Karina, Fire, and Daria down in the computer room. I fill them in on our visit to the animal shelter. Tamara says that if baby is registered as Jewel's emotional support animal, he can ride on the bus with her. I say, an emotional support animal? Karina says, trying out the words. I've never heard of that. It's kind of like a therapy dog, I explain. They can go in lots of places that regular animals aren't allowed, like the post office, grocery stores, restaurants, that sort of thing. How does he get registered? Daria asks. Jewel's doctor has to write a letter saying Jewel needs baby to be, I search my brain for the words Tamara used, mentally and emotionally stable. That sure is the truth, Fire says. And that Jewel is disabled, I add, because of her mental illness. Fire nods. My mom is on disability for her spells, too. The good thing is, I say, is Jewel has a caseworker now, and she's working on all of this. But can all this happen in just a few days? Daria asks. I nod. I think so. Tamara said she'll talk it over with her supervisor, but she thinks she can hold baby for at least another week. The shelter also has a dog trainer who can teach baby the things he'll need to do in public places and live in Hartwell Manor. I don't tell them, though, that baby's been moved to a kennel near the front where the highly adoptable dogs are. Daria turns from the computer screen. It'd be great if we could get baby one of these official vests, too. Sure enough, there on the screen is a dog wearing a red and black vest with an official-looking patch on the side. Then everybody would know how important he is. How much does it cost? Karina the practical asks. Looks like a small one is about $30, Darius says. Fire sighs. More money that Jewel doesn't have. I remember the leftover allowance money in my Band-Aid box. I've got $20 I can donate toward the vest for baby. That is magnanimous of you, right, Karina? Fire says with a wink. Karina laughs and she says, no kidding. But that doesn't solve the problem of the money we'll need for the bus ticket. I take a deep breath. I've been giving that a lot of thought, I say, and I think I have a plan.